This video is brought to you by the Critical Language Service. To learn more about our Arabic courses taught via telepresence and video conference to high schools, homeschool groups, and other academic groups, visit our website at www.criticallanguageservice.com.
الجذر والوزن, roots and patterns. You have learned that roots and patterns play an important role in Arabic. The root, الجذر, is a group of usually 3, sometimes 4, and rarely 2 consonants that gives the core meaning to a family of words. For the 3 consonant root, we have an example, dal, ra, sin, and I'm going to give you 2 examples of words related to the same root. First, مدرس and دراسة. See how we use the root dal, ra, sin in the first word, مدرس. That is a proof that مدرس relates to dal, ra, sin root. مدرس is teacher. You know, درس means he studied. That's just one meaning of the root, but it's still related to the family of education, words related to education. Another is dirasa, the study of or studying, depending on context. And since we use the root dal, ra, sin, it means that this word, just like mudarris, is part of the dal, ra, sin root family of words related to education. As for the 4 root consonants, we have the easiest example is the root dal, ha, ra, jim, and the word is dahraja, is to roll, like a rolling stone, roll. So how do we know that this is a 4 consonant root? It's because we use and need all consonant in the word. We cannot get rid of or take out any of them, and these are essential letters, so hence the 4 root. Similarly, we say yudahrij, mudahraj. Notice in yudahrij it starts with a ya. You can take out the ya, but we still end up with dal, ha, ra, jim. As for 2 consonant roots, they are very rare and not used anymore. However, you will encounter words with 2 letters, like the words hajj we have, pilgrimage. Notice that hajj ends with a shadda, and this shadda is important because this means that the actual root of the letter is ha, jim, jim, and not ha, jim alone. So 2 consonant roots are rare and very old. You might not encounter or use any, but you will find a lot of words with 2 letters and a shadda, and these actually belong to the 3 root family. So again, to illustrate and to, so you can keep in mind, this shadda is actually the extra jim. It's not a 2 root word. I cannot say this enough. It's not a 2 root word. It's actually a 3 consonant root, and the shadda equals this jim. And this goes for all words with 2 letters and a shadda. The final letter is doubled. Another thing to keep in mind is that the order of the consonants in the root are very important. And if you change the order, you are changing the meaning. So the order of the consonant is critical to the integrity of the root. that is as clear as it can be. Can I say it in other words? Example, here we have the root that we just saw, dal, ra, sin. Remember, we said it belongs to the family of words of education: to study, to teach, school, the studying, the study of. So in this order, dal, ra, sin, it is education and or to study. If I change it, like for example, sin, ra, dal, it will mean to narrate. Notice it's the 3 letters, exact letters, in different order. You have seen that waw and ya can be part of the root because they function as consonant as well as vowels. For example, we have صورة. See, صورة is to take picture. Waw is part of the root sad, waw, ra. Same goes for عايشة, which is the root for عاشة, to live, or يعيش is living. Also, hamza, can also function as a root consonant. For example, we have قرأ, to read, read, قرأ. See, hamza is part of the consonant, even though we add alif to hold it when we're writing it, but it's an actual part of the hamza. You have to pay attention that alif in ash, for example, like in asha, alif can never be part of the root. So you see the word asha في الماضي, he lived, but the root is shin, not alif. So again, we have waw, ya, hamza. Waw, ya, although vowels, but they also function as consonants. Hamza can be part of the root consonant, but alif cannot be part of a consonant. It is actually a ya. Now let's look at roots, patterns, and meaning. We're going to see that pattern, wazn, adds grammatical meaning to the semantic core of jadr. The basic example, the easiest, it's not basic example, is verb yadrus, to learn, to study, yadrus. So in the present we say yadrus, and it's ala wazn. We say ala wazn. It's on the pattern of yaf'al, as you can see, the ya for the pattern and the vowels are all part of the pattern, and we are left with the place holding consonant fa'ala for darasa. So this is form 1. If you want to go to form 2, which is for form 2, we have the form is yufa'il. Let me just make this hamza clear for you. Dhamma. Yufa'il. So if I want to apply yudarris ala yufa'il to make it to teach, to change the actual meaning of the word, I'll have to choose another pattern, and it will be yudarris. Notice yudarris. Notice how it's the same words, the same letters, but yudarris with different pattern. And the pattern includes the ya, because he teaches, the ya, and the vowels that are now different. يفعل يدرس. And this is the importance of patterns in Arabic. And also just pay attention that the key in from form 2 is the shadda and the kasra, because it means that someone is doing something like teaching. The teacher is doing the action of teaching. It's basically a more active version of form 1, because in this yudarris, the teacher is making the action of making you study. So if you ever encounter an unvoweled text, you from the context will know which form it is. So whereas the المعلم يدرس والتلميذ يدرس, teach versus study. In another scenario, if you have no other vowels but the shadda on the word, you will know that it's form 2 because it's yudarris and not yadrus. So yudarris is form 2 of the verb where someone else is doing the action. Another example is يفهم, or let's go with past. فهم, simpler. So this way you just get فهم, he understood. And the form is, since it's clear, I will let you see it. So the pattern is فعل, and this is all you apply to the root فهم. So he understood. When you look at form 2, so for form 2 we have فعل, again the signature shadda for form 2 when someone is doing the action of making someone do something, like understand. So it becomes فهم, where someone is making someone understand, someone is explaining something. Explain, we have it here. So again فهم. Let me go over shadda in red so you understand how important shadda is in part 2. So you see, pattern matters. Learn this because it dictates the meaning. It changes the actual meaning of the word, even slightly, but it does. So you go from understand to explain with one shadda. And the way this works will become clearer gradually as you learn more words. So learn more words. You have been introduced to several verbal أوزان numbered according to the system followed in many grammars and dictionaries. You have also seen that various kinds of words such as plurals, adjectives, masdars tend to share certain patterns. Let's have a quick look at أوزان الفعل. We have وزن 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 10, and it goes like this. In ماضي الوزن 1 we have فعل, فعل, فعل. في المضارع يفعل, 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 and we've already seen a lot of examples for that. You can check back the previous videos or your book. We have مصدر varies in this وزن 1. وزن 2 فعل, it's always فعل with a شدة. يفعل مصدر تفعيل. So درس, يدرس, تدريس for example. It goes like this. وزن 3 فاعل, يفاعل, مفاعلة. 4 وزن 4 أفعل, يفعل, إفعال. أرسل, يرسل, إرسال for example. وزن 5 تفعل, يتفعل, تفاعل. وزن 6 تفاعل, يتفاعل, تفاعل. وزن 7 انفعل, ينفعل, انفعال. وزن 8 افتعل, يفتعل, افتعال. And finally وزن 10 استفعل, يستفعل, استفعال. Now for the meaning or the conjugation of the words, it's really, really, really simple, and it helps you if you learn these أوزان by heart. It's 9 of them, and it will help you very much in the future. Enjoy.